Hello, before I get to the actual video here, I just want to say to everyone who has watched my videos, if you like them, please leave lots of comments so I can better my future videos and tell me what you want to see. That way I know how I can make this experience best for you. Alright, so please leave lots of comments so I know what it is you want to see. So let's go ahead and get on to the video here. Hello everyone, this is Armand. This is the second video. In this video, we will be discussing GameSalad and the basic rules and the way it works. So how you put the game together. Just like to say, there's a lot that I'm going to go over. I'm not going to be able to go over all of it. So I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes, but it'll probably go over. So please just bear with me on that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up GameSalad now. So, when you open up GameSalad, this is what you'll see, or at least this is what you'll see if you have a Mac. If you have a PC, it'll be slightly different, but it's the exact same controls, same way it works. It's just slightly different look. So, you'll have your project info, and here this is your title. Then you have your platform, which is just if you want to make an iPhone game or web game. You have description, you have instructions, and then you have the scenes, you have the actors, and tables. Now, I'm not going to speak much on tables because I don't know too much about that yet. Scenes is just like level 1, level 2, your menu, that's where all that goes. Your actors are everything that's going to be in the game. So your backgrounds, your players, your everything, your enemies, all that. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up the actual playing field here, the scene. I'm going to make a character. You see there's a plus and a minus sign here. If you click that plus, a little blank square will show up. So these are just blank slates for you to do what you please. If you click on them and press the minus button, they'll disappear. So we're going to make a character here. I'm going to just call him Bob. Oh, hold on. Call him Bob. So we're going to go into Bob, and you'll see this is where all your behaviors go, or all your rules. So these are all the behaviors right here. As you see, there's a whole lot of them. So once again, I won't be able to go through all of it. Please just bear with me on that. So there's a lot of those here. Now if you go up here in the right of the screen, we'll see groups and rules. Now groups, those are just places to put rules. So see if you open a group, see there's nothing in there. But see, a rule has all these different commands in there. Groups are just for storing rules. So say I have like 10 of these rules here, and they all have to do with one subject. I can put them in a group, and bam, all that space is, it's not taken up anymore. So a rule, that's where you put all your behaviors. See, drag behaviors here. So there's after this event, mouse position is inside. You can switch this between all these different commands. So I'm not even going to get into that yet. So I'm just X out of this here. We're going to go down here to the behaviors, and I'm going to show you a few of these behaviors. Now, accelerate. Accelerate is it just moves toward whatever position you put it at. So the direction, you can control that with a little dial there, or you can just type it in. And then acceleration, which is just the speed. So see, this is with the little dial, or type it in. So that's all that is. Then there's accelerate toward, which just gives you a specific position. So there's an x-axis, there's a y-axis. And if we go out here, you won't see it. It's invisible in the little screen here, but there's an x-axis and there's a y-axis. You just can't see it, but it is there. And this is like the 0 right here. That's that point where it meets. So we're going to go back into Bob. So that's what that is. If we come down here, there's animate. I'm going to bring up one of my previous games that you would have seen a preview of if you have watched the last video, so you can figure out how animate works a little more clearly. Give me a second here. Alright, so you see when my guy moves, see that little animation there, how his legs move? So that's an animation. That's what that is. And the way that works, you go into whoever your character is. Oh, and real quick, this is what I meant by groups. See, I have a lot of stuff here, but this is a lot less because I took all these, see these all say collide, and I just put them in one little group. So now it's a lot less space. Anyway, so if you put in animate and then you just take whatever images you want and you put it how fast you want it to animate, if you want it to loop, and if you want it to go back to the original image. And that's how you animate something. So now I'm going to go back into Bob here. I'll get rid of this rule here. Now we're going to look at changing. So there's change attribute, change image, change scene, which is like going from level 1 to level 2. Say your character hits the door and it changes scene to next scene. So that's all that is. And then you've got colliding, which is exactly what it says. I don't have any other actors in here, but say we create another, well no, I won't do that. That's going to take a little while. I'll just show you something in this game here. So you see if I go into colliding, I have them colliding with a wall, then another wall. There's more than one wall in this game. There's the ground, there's a little jail cell that I have in the game. And then if you open up, you'll see the whole list of everything that's in your game. So that's what collide does. Now I'm going to show you display text. So what that does, if we go back into this game, display text just shows, this is exactly what it says, it displays text. So for example, in this level, you'll see here, in this little left-hand corner, you'll see where it says music. I programmed a little box. You can see the outline just barely. But in this little box, I programmed it to display the text music. So that's just where so I know where it is, so I can click it on and off, mute it and unmute it. Now if we go back into Bob, I'm going to show you something called interpolate. Now, not even I know what everything is. See, this is something I haven't even gotten to yet, so I'm not sure what interpolate does. So don't expect to be able to figure this out in a day. It might take a while. You'll have to really learn how everything works and get a firm grasp on it yourself. But in any case, I'm going to go back into Bob here. And there are even more. So once again, there is so much here. I won't be able to get through all of it. But there's pausing the game, there's pausing the music, and vice versa. There's replicating. And replicate, what that does, it just makes copies. So say you have, I haven't found an instance to use this myself, but maybe you have a clone game, and for the menu you want there to be 1 clone, then 2, then 4, then 8, and so on and so on. So maybe that's an instance you could use that. And then there's rotating, there's moving to a certain position, there's attributes, and attributes are just a whole nother section. So once again, please leave lots of comments so I know what it is you want to see, because I have to know what you want to see, what you want to figure out, what interests you the most, so I can make these videos better and focus on what you want to see. Now we also have timers. That's say after you're trying to spawn something, maybe after 3 seconds you'll spawn an enemy ship, and then the ship moves in this direction at this speed, and after 2 seconds it spawns a bullet. The bullet has to move, it has to collide, maybe you want a little explosion when it hits them. After 10 hits it has to die. And these, you notice how many different words I just used that I had mentioned earlier in this video. And there is just so much to do and so much to learn. You really have to want to do this, and this is something that I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's not hard either. This is something that anyone can do, whether you're young or old, and I really mean that. So say, I don't know, you could be 5 and learn how to do this, or you could be 60. Now I'm just giving examples here. So anyone can do this, and it's really a fun hobby. Some people have made money off of this, put their games on sites, and it's also a good way to entertain yourself. Any parents who might be watching, maybe this is something to get your kids involved in. Say you don't like all the bloody games they play, well now they can make their own games. So I'm going to try and conclude the video here. Once again, this is Armand. Thank you so much for watching. Leave lots and lots of comments, please. And I will see you next week, or whenever I decide to make another video. Oh, and you can contact me with any questions and or comments at therebirthofhiphop@gmail.com. Thank you.